The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about...
Remember when Fight Club came out and it was just an outrage? How profound and aggressively masculine it was? I didn't, because I wasn't even born at the time. But I still think Fight Club has so many interesting ideas that can't be spoken out ever in this day and age without it being cancelled by Twitter or say that it has any political stances that isn't appropriate, even though we all know that it's a satire. It's just what it is. But today, an interesting tweet surfaced, and holy shit, it really got ratioed hard. Let's take a look at it. Hey Film Twitter, I got a question. We all know red flag movies, Fight Club, The Joker, etc. that we can all spot on sight. But is there any green flag movies? Movies that you hear someone say that makes you instantly trust or like a person? Yeah. So as you guys can see, he almost garnered 8,000 retweets, but only 5,000 likes. Yeah, that's definitely a ratio if I ever saw one. And I don't see it that often though, I'm still new on Twitter. And the amount of replies should tell a lot how people feel about this tweet as well, and they're pretty divisible on this topic. Personally, I kinda hate how this guy generalized the movies, as he mentioned red flag movies, and also begins with, we all know. Yeah, right. Some people see it as a disgusting movie, some see it as a critique on hypermasculinity, or a gay rom-com between a man and his imaginary guy friend. Yeah, that's pretty plausible too, not gonna lie. That's what I think makes this movie so interesting and great. It's been like 2 decades since the movie came out and people still think about it from time to time. You should have said something like, I think those movies are bad or offensive in my opinion, and I don't like them. And people will understand what kind of movies you don't like and give you suggestions, just like you wanted at the end of your tweet. But you can't just easily say that everyone sees this movie as a bad omen or a threat or a red flag movie. Don't think or say things for us. That's all, and then you wouldn't have been ratioed. Anyway, let's check out what other people think about it. Okay, so 2 points here. 1. Why Fight Club a red flag is? Okay, because there are a lot of people who love the movie but completely miss the point. They think it's a movie with cool fight scenes and that's it. If you aren't that person, you really shouldn't get bothered about this take. Okay, where's your second point, by the way? I guess that first sentence is redundant, but okay. Anyway, I kinda agree. People who don't really get Fight Club and only look at the surface and look up to it might be misled. Yeah, but are you saying if I like a movie and I miss the point, is it a red flag movie? Still not a solid take, and I think we shouldn't judge others for the movies they like, but the content of that person. Also, someone replied this with, I get bothered because it's one of my favorite movies and I can't talk about it anymore without qualifying my affection because people associate liking the film with being a complete asshole. It's annoying. That's exactly my point. If you like the terrible Space Jam movie I don't like, I don't think you're an asshole. You can talk about what you like about it and discuss it with others, and we can all still be respectful about it. You didn't do any harm and you are entitled to your own opinion. Period. For fuck's sake, red flag movies don't mean deal breaker bad person. Just be aware. Someone who likes these movies a little too much may be identifying with them. Just a marker to watch for other things, like this reactionary response. And then someone replies, can we let people enjoy movies without picking apart their psyche? Please and thank you. What an absolutely great response from the guy who replied. Like, that's perfectly respectful and he keeps his sovereignty. But the first guy kind of broke his own argument, like right after he says like, yeah, but if you like it too much, then yeah, it's a deal breaker. Then you're still arguing for that it's a red flag movie, so I don't get it, bro. Okay, you need to check out this reply I found. It's pretty funny. I see Fight Club is trending, which means it's time to repost my favorite thing said about it. And look who made the review there. The legend who played as Tyler Durden, Brad Pitt. Or, yeah, it's spelled wrong, but who cares? First watch, Fight Club is the best movie ever made. Second watch, Fight Club is a deep commentary on the dangers of consumerism. Third watch, Fight Club is a disgusting cesspool of toxic masculinity, and it's not as deep as its fanboys think it is. Fourth watch, Fight Club is a critique of toxic masculinity, and it's deeper than its fanboys think it is. And lastly, fifth watch, Fight Club is the best satirical gay rom-com ever made. This is a pretty good review, and it's so true. Like, whenever you rewatch Fight Club, you notice things that you haven't noticed before, and the movie is kind of meant to be rewatched. So, good job. The fuck is a red flag movie? Don't even ask me. I've never heard of red flag movies before, so I looked it up. What the fuck is this shit? So if you like those movies, it's an indicator that you're a bad person. If you idolize the protagonist, sure, but what if you acknowledge that they're bad people, but still like the film? That's a fair point in my opinion, and then we have a little rebuttal, okay? Let's check it out. Then this tweet isn't for you. They're red flag movies because of the people who idolize the characters or completely miss the point or overall the message of the movie. Just like you missed the point of the tweet while answering your own question, lol. I really hate the tone and demeanor. There aren't red flag movies, just red flag people. Think about it, that kind of mentality is what you cause persecution against comic books in the 50s, against heavy metal in the 80s, and hip-hop and video games in the 90s. Ah yes, comic book readers. Nobody has suffered more than they. I guess the last guy completely missed the point, but yeah, it's a doozy. And it's worthy of discussion, that's for sure. By that logic, my counting Breaking Bad as one of, if not my all-time favorite show, should indicate I'm a bad person given all the horrible things Walt does. To be fair, if you like what Walt does and like the horrible things he does in the show, then yeah, you might be kinda bad. But no. If you like the show, which is also one of my favorite shows, for its just compelling writing and incredible directing by Vince Gilligan, then you can enjoy it, you know? I watch even Better Call Saul now, and it's fantastic. Might even rival Breaking Bad, but we'll see to the last season. People who enjoy sadism are sadists. Okay, but that's not the point. I watch Fight Club not for its violence. You know, what does that make me? Okay, and then there's a reply. So if you like horror films, then you enjoy seeing people suffer at the hands of the supernatural creatures or killers? If you like action films with big urban battle scenes and you want to destroy cities? Okay, so many people today forgot the one fucking rule. Good one. Don't worry about it too much. Only weirdos make lists of red flag movies. No, actually those of us who have been harmed by people start to see the patterns between people who are gonna hurt you and stay away. Okay, does that mean your ex-husband likes, I don't know, Nightmare on Elm Street, and now you're gonna say like that's a pattern? Just because you don't need something to survive doesn't mean we don't. What are you talking about? Survive? It's not about survival. What is this discussion about? Ah yes, someone who liking Fight Club is an indicator that they're an abuser. Makes sense. I like Fight Club, but I don't idolize Tyler's character. That's the difference. You can't always tell unless you get them talking about the movie, but it can definitely be a flag. Better safe than sorry. You know, I would like to say that while I'm reading this, I'm thinking how great this movie is. Today, movies that are being shipped out and consumed, we don't talk much about them, and for my case, even forget about them the next day or so. They aren't interesting or thought-provoking or offensive in a way to convey an inoffensive message like races are bad, okay? And we like to talk about this movie or other classics, and I found it kinda interesting. In the end, it's really just a movie, okay? A form of art with profound ideas, and it's satirical. Don't take movies too seriously, especially when they're satirical. It's just like, the Joker movie debut, or even before the debut, people were like actually panicking and made it even onto the news. That it perpetuates violence or something, even though it's actually less violent than John Wick. No diss on John Wick. But as we all know, it's a fantastic movie that actually was brave enough to even include having mental illness as a topic, in a respectful manner, of course. It was even used as a symbol in a protest against tax hikes and corruption in Beirut. And of course, created so many good memes. So don't take it too seriously, and don't call them red flag movies when they don't even deserve it. Hope you enjoyed this one. Sub for staying up to date for more content, and yeah, see you on the next one. Bye guys.